On today's episode, we're in Hudson, Florida, in the home office of American CarCraft. For 30 years, they've been customizing car interiors and exteriors with custom-etched stainless steel products. Let's take a look inside American CarCraft on this episode of Performance TV.
Welcome to Performance TV. On this week's show, we're on location at American CarCraft in Hudson, Florida. They manufacture and sell a complete line of custom stainless steel accessories that's going to set your car apart from all the rest. We're going to take you through all the steps of the process, from design, fabrication, templates, the final product, and even show you how easy they are to install. Here's Kathy to give you an idea what all they make.
Well, Tommy, here at American CarCraft, it is just absolutely mind-blowing how many different accessories these folks have made for all the different years of Corvettes, the brand new Camaros, the Challengers, the Mustangs, the Raptors, so much more that we're going to get into during our visit here at American CarCraft. What amazes me is just all of the intricate stuff that they have been able to do, all the different variety and the designs. Just like a kid in a candy store, between the stuff for the Camaros and all the Vets and so much more. And now we need to find out just how do they come up with all of these great ideas? Where does it all start? And Tommy, well, he has more on that.
I'm with Rick Rivera, co-owner of American CarCraft, and you've been customizing cars for a long time.
That's right, Tom, about 30 years.
Well, we've got a good look and prowler here, but you know, once we raise the hood on this car, it looks good on the outside, but it's kind of plain Jane underneath the hood. What can we do with this?
Well, that's where the fun begins. You can take the eyesores that are generally under any hood of any car, and it gives you a starting point to create really cool accessories that are going to not only hide that, but develop a show car.
Right. Now, what's some ideas? What would we do the plenum? Would we do all this up here? What kind of stuff can you make?
Well, I mean, really the possibilities are endless. You sit and you take a look at an engine bay like this, and you try to imagine what's going to make it really cool looking, as cool looking as the outside of the car. There's a lot of things you can start with, some wires, air hoses, a lot of ugly stuff in here that just gives us ideas to create new product.
Yeah, the factory's not going to spend a lot of money to make the under the hood look good.
They don't.
And also, once we get done under here, we could go to the interior and do all that too.
Oh yeah, it really doesn't stop. And you could do not only one type of accessory, but they're customizable. So my plenum cover on this car, which is my personal car, will look different for another customer who might want it a little bit different, some lighting, things like that.
So this is your personal vehicle. What are you going to do to it?
Well, after we're done, we're going to, create a whole new product line, a whole new generation of accessories for this car. And once we're finished with it, we'll sell it to the highest bidder.
I like it. Well, speaking of customers and wanting one-offs, let's check in with Kathy. I think she has one of them.
Well, Tommy, I have a prime example here of a customer car. And Harry, this is a beautiful 61 C1 Corvette. You've had this car 27 years.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Oh, what made you decide to bring it here to the folks at American CarCraft? And what do you plan on doing?
Well, the car is running hot, and my buddy and I figured out that the next thing to do is extend the shroud to bring it close, about an inch past the fan. And then what I was here said, geez, the hood needs work. So we're going to do some work on the hood and put a C1 logo on it, and like stainless steel, make it look like a real one.
Well, Harry, now you've brought it here to the folks at American CarCraft who are going to help you get it looking good, running cooler, and show car quality. And we'll find out just exactly where does all that start. And Tommy has more.
When you're making custom stainless products for your car, they start out as cardboard. I'm with Cameron from American CarCraft. This is how you start making a product for your car?
Yes, actually. We start with cardboard. What we will generally do first is pull a template of a product of something that we may like or want to create. Then what we'll do is we'll actually come here and trace this out of cardboard, hand cut it. And then what we'll do is we'll make specific lines deterring bends and marks, and we'll measure these degrees. And then once we actually digitize that product is when we'll actually bring it to the lasers, and the lasers will cut it for us in cardboard
Out of
again.
cardboard again?
Yes, because cardboard has properties metal doesn't. Cardboard is easy to bend and metal doesn't. So there's certain things that we have to adjust and make adequate with metal.
Yeah, because you're not going to make one template and it fits perfect. Oh, wow, we got it.
It never happens, man. It never happens. You always make a couple remodifications on a simple product like this, but in the end, it all comes from cardboard.
Okay. Well, then once you get the cardboard done, you're ready to make metal.
Yep.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to show you how the cardboard goes to stainless.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by American CarCraft, custom stainless steel accessories, 3M, science applied to life, Evans Cooling, beyond just antifreeze, super coolant, and by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Welcome back to Performance TV as we continue our visit here at American CarCraft in Hudson, Florida. And Rick, everything we see here today is not where you got started. What did get you involved in all this?
Well, I've been a car guy since I'm 16 years old, and I've been very passionate about customizing cars, and I've done it all my life. And when you stick with something that long, it kind of snowballs into what we have now. AmericanCarCraft.com.
And you've started off building everything by hand, and that's how you've carried this company on.
Oh yeah, everything was passionately designed and created, and we did it the hard way with jigsaws and hammers and stuff, and we've evolved quite a bit since then.
And something else that goes right along with all the beautiful things that we see, you've also got involved in the vinyl side.
Well, graphics has always been a big deal for cars, especially custom cars. And, you know, we used to do it the hard way and with pinstripes and buying other graphics. And that just wasn't fast and enough for me. So we developed our own graphics department.
Well, you know, you just mentioned something about it being hard, difficult, that type of thing. It's not what you're doing here anymore when it comes to the stainless stuff, how much easier it is to do. And Tommy's going to show us right now how we get to those beautiful stainless pieces.
Well, Cameron, we've made our cardboard template. We digitized it, cut out one with a laser. Now we're ready to do one in stainless.
That's correct.
You guys don't do this by hand. This is pretty intense.
No, yeah. Actually, my father started the company, and he would originally cut everything by hand. Fortunately for us, the lasers have just brought it to a whole nother level. We can cut anything as intricate as 1/100,000th of an inch, and we can cut it with tape on it as well.
Wow, I mean, what piece are we making here?
So this is for the C1 hood panel that we were actually doing out there. We're prototyping. Once the cardboard was finished, now we moved it to metal, like you said. And this is actually what it's cutting right now.
Wow, every piece you make, made in America by a great staff. These guys take a lot of pride in their work, almost like they're making it for their car.
They do. Every part is handmade, and we pretty much like to keep it that way. You know, we don't stamp or make anything. It's actually a handcrafted part from every person that works here.
Very precision, very precise. It's going to fit your car.
Thank you.
Man, that looks good. I mean, that was quick and easy. But after every product is cut, it goes to quality control, and that's where Kathy is.
All right, well, the part that we just saw cut has gone off to get its brushed finish, and now Levi has it over here. Rick, what will be the next step that he's going to do?
Well, after it's been sanded, you're going to go over the part and make sure there's no dust or debris on it, and then we'll clear that with our liner so that we can work with the piece. A lot of these parts have to be bent and formed. So in order to do that without ruining the part, you have to put the protective layer. And then, you know, it also, when we sell it to our customers, the layers on it so that they can install it, you know, not goober it up with their fingerprints and stuff, and then just peel it when they're done.
Well, now that Levi is getting it all cleared for us, we still have another step, and that's going to be deburring the product before it goes on to getting bent, and we'll see that with Tommy right here.
We almost have a finished product, but Cameron, not all the pieces are flat. Some of them have bends in them.
That is correct. Once we actually make the cardboard template, we will put bend lines in these pieces and record the angles on the physical car. Once that angle is recorded, then we'll go ahead and bend the actual piece once it has been marked with the cardboard template.
So you just lay the cardboard on, mark it, and we put it in the bender?
Yep, and that's it. And pretty much what we'll do is you stick this in here like this. And now there is specific angles to be recorded, which is also an angle finder there. So what we'll do is we'll bend this to 20 degrees. We just did the bend and marked it at 20 degrees. What we'll use is an angle finder and actually make sure that the angle is to what we recorded. It's exactly 20 degrees and we can continue going. Now what we would do is just pretty much follow each bend line to the marking that we have and bend it to a degree that was previously recorded on the cardboard template. Now that that is done, pretty much what we'll do is we'll flip this piece around and get the other bend. This is a 10 degree, and then we'll just check that as well.
Once we've got all the bends in it, everything's ready to go,
Yep.
then we've got a final finished product.
That is correct.
Well, we're going to do a test fit and we're going to do an install, but right after this break.
Time now for the OPGI restoration tip with George Lopez.
So let's talk about one of the most popular trends in muscle car restoration, which is using the original parts but using them to make them work on modern mechanics. One of the most popular things people are doing now is using overdrive transmissions on their cars. This is a perfect example of our shifter for 1964 to 67 Chevelle GM A body, and these are made for 2-speed power glides. If your car is 100% original, all you have to do is buy this part and install it, bolts on just like factory. But if you have a modern transmission, even a 3-speed, you do have to change this over. It will not work with the original rods. Now this kit comes with all the shifter cable brackets. It comes with the cable bracket for the actual range selector on the transmission. It does convert this kit over to cable driven, and here's the cable bracket for that. That does require to be bolted onto the original shifter or spot welded on. The overdrive shift indicator lamps to give you the stock appearance. And I'm just going to show you how to bolt on the detent. Very simple. You remove all your rods, and you have to remove this big rod here, but this is the one that shifts the transmission itself. You just pull this boot out, and there's a pin. Comes out on its own. That moves out of the way. Okay, it's a simple 2-bolt installation. You remove the original bolts that come on here. Okay, you have your new detent, and you can see how similar it is. Okay, it's basically just notched out to use the modern detent on the modern transmissions. And it still allows you to use your original backup light switches and neutral safety switches. That's how simple that install is, and now your shifter has all the range selection for an overdrive transmission. So for more information on this kit and thousands of other parts, check out our catalog or visit our website at opgi.com.
Performance TV on location in Hudson, Florida at American CarCraft.
Welcome back to Performance TV here at American CarCraft. We have already test fit our new parts that we have here for our 61 Corvette. And Cameron, we've got a couple of them put on here, just getting the shroud put over the top.
Yeah, we're just trying to finish up the, once we test fitted everything, we're just making sure all the bolt holes and everything lines up the correct way. You know, there's some little adjustments that you'll have to do, being that it's metal versus cardboard, but once we get that done, it's pretty simple. Bolt on, piece.
All right, we just have 2 over here on this side, 2 on the other side. We're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. Once we get this, what do you say we go get the hood so we can go ahead and finish this up? And in the meantime, let's check in with Tommy.
One of the hottest cars in the market right now, the Hellcat Charger. And my friend Freddie here, you have one of these awesome cars. You want to set it apart a little bit from everybody else's. What all have you done to this?
Well, we brought it over here to American CarCraft, and they did all the carbon fiber. They also did all the aluminum, the supercharger. They did the hood, all the lights. They did a real nice job with it.
Right, all the covers on the reservoir. I mean, under the hood of this thing, it really gives a little wow factor now.
Oh yeah, it's a showstopper at all the shows now.
They're a fast car, they're an awesome car, but you can raise the hood on yours and it has a little bling.
Oh yeah, one of a kind.
Right, I love the hood. Up here with the light, you put LEDs in the hood too?
Yeah, Cameron did an awesome job with the lights.
Well, I tell you what, your wife liked this car?
Oh, my wife bought me this car, and She's a bomb.
I'll tell you what, this car, I even heard this is being submitted to Chrysler maybe as the project car to see about these products?
Yes, they're already in production, but they need to get the approval of the Hellcat logos.
Well, man, I mean, it's one nice looking piece. I love that hood. This car is awesome.
Wow, some of the things I saw over there, aesthetically pleasing, all of the different stuff. But Cameron, we have our hood here for our 61 Corvette. Looks like we have one of our panels in here, but it's going to be lighted?
Yes, that's correct. There will be side lighting, which will light the brush part, and then the Corvette letter itself will be illuminated as well.
Well, I'm going to say I like the lighting, but one of my favorite things here is some of the etching that Rick just put on this insert piece. This is really cool. It just goes to show here at American CarCraft how many things you can do to really make someone's vehicle individual.
Yes, and like I said, it's very simple, this piece to put in. You just grab it and you slide it in from the top of the hood.
Okay.
And just kind of
get it in there.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get this piece in, get the hood on the car. We'll show you what it all looks like put together. Up next here on Performance TV.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Shark Industries. Over 31 years of excellence. Rod and Supply. We don't just sell them, we race them. AP Laser, leading the way. And by Steel Rubber, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping.
This is a 1971 Chevrolet C10 pickup. Truck came out of Arizona. I've always been a pickup guy and always wanted to take an older truck, a C-Series truck like this, and make it into the ultimate street driving machine. Really getting crowded and busy back here. We didn't really have anywhere to bring the exhaust out the back, so Billy at B&B Classics decided we came up with this design here, and it worked out really well. When we started out, this truck was 65% front weight, and it was just horrible percentages to go road racing. We wanted to get weight off the front, so carbon fiber hood. This is 60 pounds lighter than a stock hood. Brand new LS7 from GM. Heads have been gone through, different pistons, different valve train, dynoed at 625. Paul's Interiors out of Pontiac, Michigan did the interior. I just wanted to keep it pretty basic. We had to put the Recaro seats in it to keep you in where your road racing. But other than that, I wanted pretty much a stock interior, just made it a little more plush. But the really cool thing about these pro touring cars is with these LS motors, we'll take this truck down Woodward Avenue up in Detroit, and on a 90-degree day, if you get stuck in traffic, they don't overheat. The truck is just flawless to drive on the street. Just like driving a brand new car.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Well, we promised before we went to break, we were going to show you how cool the underneath side of this hood looks, and we keep our promises, and I cannot. Wow. Cameron, that's even better than I anticipated.
Thank you.
Look at the way that thing lit up. You know, this just gives you just a little bit of an idea of the custom work that you guys do here at American CarCraft.
Definitely. This is definitely a custom job. You know, we only did it for Harry. But yes, primarily we do production parts, but custom is where this all came from.
And as when we first got here, you know, everything from the C1s all the way through the C7s, all the other different makes and models that you guys make parts for, like you said, your production type stuff, even though we have to remember all this stuff is handmade right here in Florida, in the USA. But this custom stuff, people come from all over.
That is correct. I've had people send me their cars from California, from New York, to Texas, to Tennessee. It really just depends on what the person wants and what he's looking for.
Well, you know what? I definitely love this. I know you
Thank
love
you.
this.
I do love
but
it.
what really matters is, let's check and see what Harry thinks.
I'm on cloud nine. You cannot beat this place. My car is an absolutely gorgeous dream come true. And I recommend this place to anybody and everybody. And all that I can say is thanks, everybody. You did a great job. And God bless America and the Marine Corps, the backbone of America. Thank you.
Glad you liked it, Harry. Well, you know what? Our time is running out here at American CarCraft, and we've really enjoyed our visit, but let me tell you something. There's a whole lot more that makes American CarCraft special, and Tommy has more.
Well, Rick, at American CarCraft, I'm impressed. You have all these guys working for you. You can't design it and make it all yourself, but you got a big staff here.
Yeah, well, Tom, a company is only as good as their employees. These guys have been with me for a very long time. They're fine craftsmen. I consider them to be fine craftsmen. They put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears into some of these products. I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, now what are they doing? They doing final prep, packaging stuff up, doing some custom stuff. What all we got here?
Well, there's a lot of aspects to the products that we make. You know, we have over 3,000 products that we sell, and each and every one of them needs special attention. It's not like a cookie cutter type operation. You know, each one of these parts has to be bent precisely, assembled correctly, packaged. You know, you got hardware and a lot of different aspects to each and every product.
Now you keep a lot of the standard stuff on the shelf, ready to go out the door, but if somebody wants something custom, what's the turnaround time on, say, a custom product?
Well, usually right between 7 to 10 days, we can make just about anything. If somebody wants a specially powder-coated filler panel or a specially etched hood panel or something like that, it's not a problem. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's pretty quick turnaround, and you can do some engraving, logos, whatever they need. You've got a guy that'll take care of it, whether it's polished or whatever you want, satin finish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got a guys that kind of much can take care of any product that you want and tailor it for any part of the car.
Well, that's what makes the product line kind of cool, because you don't have to have the same product from car to car. We do offer the ability to custom engineer any of the products that we have, whether we're doing it in specially colored metals or brushed or sanded. That's the beauty of the whole product line.
So you're saying if I had a car and I had an engine cover on it, I could have it in satin finish one week, go to the car show the next week, and have it a polished finish.
Absolutely.
Right, you can have a couple, 2 or 3 sets on one car.
Yes.
Make it a whole different look every week.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Then the lights, you can add everything you want to it. I mean, you kind of got it covered, because now the lights have become in play.
Lighting is a big part of the company. It's taken off pretty good from, you know, fender lighting, underhood lighting, engine, overall engine bay lighting. It's pretty cool. It offers a new dimension to a product.
Well, I'll tell you what, they can make your car look beautiful, make it stand out from the rest, and make it not look like the other guys.
I mean, I'll tell you what, we don't get a chance to go out on the road a lot, but this was a huge trip. This was a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, everything about that American Carcraft makes, what blows me away the most is the variety, the ideas. Pretty much anything you want for your car. I mean, look at this Mustang. This is phenomenal under the hood.
I know, we saw the Hellcat, we saw the stuff that we did for the cool old, you know, C1 Corvette. You know, they have stuff for the Stingrays. The new ones are really nice, but it's
And
just,
don't forget the LEDs. I like the LEDs.
oh yeah, the stuff that's lit up. I'm even seeing some of their laser etching that they do. Just all the things that you can do with American Carcraft to make your car your own.
Be sure to check out their website, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I know. This has been like a kid in a candy store trip, but you know what? We got to get back to the studio. We'll have more next week here on Performance TV.